Your lowest point is the doorway to your highest self. For when the heart breaks, something far deeper is taking place than mere misfortune. We often don't realize the value of the darkness until it has passed, for only in the absence of light that we learn to become the light. The human mind seeks comfort, but the soul stirs for change. It longs to grow, not to stay the same. As I've said before, the meaning of life is just to be alive. And yet we resist the very currents that are pulling us into deeper awareness of that aliveness. You're not here to chase happiness like a dog chasing its tail. Happiness is a byproduct of becoming whole. And wholeness requires contrast, dark and light, sorrow and joy, breaking and rebuilding. So when it hurts, let it hurt. Don't run. Sit with it. Listen to it. And when you finally rise from it, you'll realize the joy was never in the outcome, but in the transformation. Feed the soul, not the ego. Choose evolution over escape, and the light you're searching for will no longer be something you find. It will be something you are.
The body is so objective. It does not know the difference between the real-life experience that's creating the emotion and the emotion that person is fabricating by thought alone. So now, the body's believing it's living in the past event 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. But what the person is really saying is, after that event, I haven't been able to change. Mm-hmm. That's what they're saying. And so that becomes the person's identity, and there's nothing wrong with this. But you'll never hear me say, in any of the work that we do, go back and process the past. We've discovered that when a person analyzes their problems within the emotions of the past, they make their brain worse. They actually drive it further out of balance. They're over-arousing it. We discovered is that if the person can get beyond the emotion, truly get beyond the emotion, they'll free themselves from the past. And what we discovered is that if you teach a person to give up the fear, the bitterness, the resentment, the frustration, the impatience, the judgment, if you trade those emotions for an elevated emotion, if you start feeling gratitude and appreciation and love and kindness and care, and you practice feeling that emotion, we give you some tools to use, to change your breathing, to put your attention in a different place, and to work with your body. When the person can truly begin to open their heart, and we have brain scans on this, when the heart begins to open and it begins to become coherent. In other words, when you're feeling frustration or impatience or judgment, your heart is beating very incoherently. When you're feeling love and gratitude, kindness and care, there's a rhythm, there's a cadence that the heart has that's very coherent. When the heart gets coherent, we measure this, it immediately informs the brain that the trauma is over. The heart tells the brain the past is over, the event is over, and it resets the baseline in the brain. And so now the person, when they look back at their past, they're no longer looking at it from the same level of consciousness. In fact, many of them will say, oh my God, I needed to go through all of that to get to this point right here. They'll tell you, I wouldn't want to change one thing in my past because it got me to the present moment.
This is your one wild, beautiful life. No second chances, no rewind button. Just this moment, unfolding right now. What will you do with it? It's easy to get lost in routines, mistaking surviving for living. Days blur into weeks, years slip by, but life is more than checking off boxes. The only time you're promised is now. Feel the sun on your face. Laugh until your ribs ache. Tell the people you love what they mean. Not tomorrow, but today. Chase the dream that scares you, the one that sets your soul on fire. Failure isn't the end. Not trying is. And remember, it's not about doing everything. It's about being present for the things that matter. The late-night conversations, the quiet walks, the small acts of kindness that ripple beyond you. You don't have to live perfectly, just fully. Take risks, make mistakes, and leave this world knowing you didn't hold back. Because this life, it's yours. Make it count.